Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last day, day 31 of the 31 days of fasting from foolishness and engaging Lady Wisdom. I'm Lonah Madembo from a small town in Zimbabwe called Shishavane, and I will be giving insight on the Proverbs 31. Let's get the ball rolling. First and foremost, I would like to wish you a happy Easter Sunday and thank God for He has carried us through all these 31 days. Well, a lot has been happening. We've been fought, we've been discouraged, we have been fought in everything that we've been doing, trying to, well, from my side, I think this is the third recording that I'm doing on my presentation. Well, the first one, I failed to upload it, tried so many ends. And the second one, well, I actually went through with it, but then unfortunately it had no audio, it had no volume. So we couldn't go ahead and post that. So now I'm recording for the third time, hoping this time that I will get the message out there. Okay, so I would like us to look at Proverbs chapter 31 and pay attention to verses 10 to 31. So I will read. Well, Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a noble wife? Who can find a wife of noble character? She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of a husband trusts in her, and he will not lack anything good. She rewards him with good, not evil, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with willing hands. She is like the merchant ships, bringing her food from far away. She rises while it is still night and provides food for her household and portions for her female servants. She evaluates a field and buys it. She plants a vineyard with her earnings. She draws on her strength and reveals that her arms are strong. She sees that her profits are good and her lamp never goes out at night. She extends her hands to the spinning stuff, and her hands hold the spindle. Her hands reach out to the poor, and she extends her hands to the needy. She is not afraid for her household when it snows, for all in her household are doubly clothed. She makes her own bed coverings. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known at the city gates, where he sits among the elders of the land. She makes and sells linen garments. She delivers belts to the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she can laugh at a time to come. Her mouth speaks wisdom, and loving instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the activities of her household and is never idle. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also praises her. Many women have done noble deeds, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord will be praised. Give her the reward of her labor, and let her works praise her at the city gates. Amen. So, as we see in the beginning of the chapter, a mother is advising a son of the virtues that a good wife or good woman possess. What is a virtue? Well, a virtue is a behavior that shows high moral standards, a good moral quality in a person. I would like us to take note of the virtues, or let me say qualities, that the Proverbs 31 woman possess. One of them is trustworthy. We see that in Proverbs 31, verse 11. I will read. The heart of your husband trusts in her, and he will not lack anything good. Well, the Proverbs 31 woman is someone you can count on. She is reliable and keeps her promises. In business, this is an essential quality, as people need to be able to trust you to do what you say you will do. Imagine running a business and then you promise to deliver. And then when the time comes for you to deliver, either you are late for the function, or you are late for, you're not in time for what you're supposed to be doing, and you have clients waiting for you. I don't think that will be something that like I actually think if something like that happens in business, then it will be difficult to attract more clients, because people will always keep referring to the other time that you messed up, the other time that you failed to show up in time and you had clients waiting. So it is good to be trustworthy in business and do whatever you say you will be doing. We see that the Proverbs 30 woman is a blessing to others. This we can find in Proverbs 31, verse 20. Her hands reach out to the poor, and she extends her hands to the needy. She's a blessing to others and is always looking out for others and looking for ways to bless them. She is generous with her time, her resources, and her talents. When we bless others, God blesses us in return. We are blessed to be a blessing. We can't all possess the same talents and as the Proverbs woman, but we can find ways to express our unique strengths and values. For instance, one may be good in hosting. Go ahead and host friends, host even strangers from the community that surrounds you. Be a good host. And you never know, when you invite someone, you never know what that someone is going through. And just that invitation for you for that person to come and get some time of your time, spend time together. You don't know how good you're doing for that person, how much good you're doing for that person. One might be just good at listening to other people. Like you have a talent to make other people feel better. Use those attributes. Be a blessing to the next person, just like the Proverbs 31 woman. We also see that the Proverbs 31 woman is a hard worker. We see this in Proverbs 31, verse 15. I will read. She rises while it is still night and provides food for her household and portions for her female servants. She evaluates a field and buys it. She plants a vineyard with her earnings. She draws on her strength and reveals that her arms are strong. She is a hard worker and is diligent. She gets up early and stays up late to take care of her household. She's always looking for ways to make things run smoothly in her household. And this is something we can learn. It's something, it's a page that we can take from the Proverbs 31 woman's book. Look at how hardworking she is. Despite the fact that she's hardworking, she runs a business. She also makes sure that her children are well taken care of. Her husband is well taken care of. Like her husband, it says that her husband also praises her. Imagine if it was you after a very difficult day at work, challenges you faced. Most of us would actually bring that negativity back home, and we wouldn't be able to cope at home after a very challenging day at work or in whatever business you're doing during the day. But look at the Proverbs 31 woman. She makes herself available for her family. She makes sure they are all comfortable. when it's time to be with family, when it's time to take care of a family, she does that. She does just that. And it shows us that she all the strengths that she has can only mean one thing. It shows that she is not the one who is what can I say? It shows that she has someone close to her, someone where she draws her strength from. She has faith in God. She has honor in God. She lives for him, and that's where she get her wisdom. That's where she get the strength to just carry on with everything, no matter how much the duties may be. She just tackles everything as if it's easier, as if it's easy going, and that's how our lives should be. Like when you trust in God, when you let God lead the way, everything just becomes easier. Everything that a person may think, oh, this is so difficult, how can I be as perfect as the Proverbs 31 woman? You aren't supposed to be perfect as the Proverbs 31 woman, but you are just supposed to trust in the Lord so that he carries you through everything. Sorry, I keep referring to my notes because I don't want to miss anything. We are talking about hard work. Hard work pays off, especially when you're concerned about your image before God, as he is the rewarder of good works. Then one other attribute we see is resourcefulness. The Proverbs 31 woman is resourceful. She knows how to make the most of what she has. She is creative and finds ways to save money and accomplish more with less. We also see that the Proverbs 31 woman is generous. She is generous. She's always giving to others. She's always willing to help those in need. When we are generous, we can make a difference in the lives of others. She also has business acumen. She is a savvy businesswoman, I might say, who knows how to manage her finances. She knows how to make money and invest wisely. We see that in Proverbs 31, verse 16 to 18. She is a fearless businesswoman who faces challenges with confidence and strength and is not afraid to take risks. The Proverbs 30 woman, she is a God-fearing woman. We find that in Proverbs 31. I would have to read that. Proverbs 31, verse 30. It says, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord will be praised. I would like to think that this verse is sort of like a theme. This is where the theme is drawn from the whole chapter of Proverbs 31. I say that because when you hear the qualities of the Proverbs 31 woman, hearing them, just listening to them, she is well presentable all the times, well dressed, her children are well taken care of, her household is well taken care of, her businesses are well taken care of, her husband is well taken care of. You'd wonder, how does one manage all that in a day? There's a post I once came across that said only one of us only one of us can look good. It said something like, it's either the mom is looking good on that day, or the kids are the one who are looking good, or the house is clean. So in other words, they're saying you can't have a clean house, well-dressed and smart children, and well-dressed mother and looking good mother all in one. So only one is possible. So you'd find that when we look at the qualities that are said of the Proverbs 31 woman, well, it just feels like it's too good to be true. She is perfect in every way. And now we've got our answer. It's because she's a God-fearing woman. She's a woman with wisdom, as it says in Proverbs 9. I would like to take you back to Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And here we find that the Proverbs 31 woman is a God-fearing woman. So that means she has wisdom. And the Proverbs 31 woman shows her wisdom throughout the passage. She has deep understanding of business, a deep understanding of the world around her. She is known for her good judgment and discernment, and she makes sound decisions. She prepares for the future and gives good advice. Proverbs 31 shows us how to live wisely, be resourceful, and live in a way that honors God. The Proverbs 31 woman is perfect at everything, but that's not the point of the passage. The point of the passage is to honor God, to put God first, to fear God, so that we can also be wise in the process. However, she sets an example on how we as women can strive to be the best versions of ourselves and be the woman God created us to be. We can all find ways to express our unique strength and values. We all have the qualities that can be as valuable as the Proverbs 31 woman qualities. But our ultimate calling is to make God known and bring him glory. If we strive to take on the traits of the Proverbs 31 woman, we can't help but live for him, because without God, you can never be able to be almost, or yeah, to have the qualities that the Proverbs 31 woman had. It's only because she feared the Lord. It's only because the Lord always leads her way. That's why she seems perfect in everything else that she does. She draws her strength from God, and she believes in God, and that's why everything seems to be flawless for her. So as women of today, we should honor God, and we should let God be God. Let him lead in our lives. Let him be part of our families. Let's just give God the honor, so that he makes everything, with God, everything just becomes so easy. It becomes so peaceful, and who wouldn't want a peaceful life? So the word that I have for us today is for us to focus on being the best versions of ourselves and continue to lean onto God for clarity and wisdom to work it out. Be it in our businesses. We've seen in the chapter 31 that when you give your business your all, when you put your all into the business, no matter the challenges you're facing, if you work hard, God will always reward you. And we also learned that generosity is not always about giving out something, giving money, giving clothes, giving what, even lending someone an ear, just listening to what someone has to say. Some people out there, they are going through a lot, but don't have someone who they can talk to, someone who can listen to them while they rant or they vent. So just be someone who is willing to help in any way. Be someone who's willing to listen. Be someone who's willing to speak good of someone. Make someone feel better. And you will see that it doesn't really. It takes It doesn't really take, it doesn't mean you should be good in everything you do. You should have the same talents as the Proverbs 31 woman, but you just being the person you are, nurturing the gifts that you have, and asking God for guidance, you will be unstoppable in everything that you do. You will be unstoppable. I think I've exhausted most of the points that I had jotted down. And I'd just like to thank God for taking us through the whole 31 days and until the last day. And I'd like to thank Apostle Tendayi for this vision that for this vision that we have been part of, the presentations and everything. I know sometimes it can be overwhelming, with the network, with all those challenges that we meet along the way. But I just want to thank you, ladies, also the ones who were part of it, for making sure that you get the word out there. And thank you so much for your time.